What's up guys, we are back with some Skyrim LE, and we are going to spend the majority of this video in Hafengar, because I was trying some Solitude mods. I was trying the mod Enhanced Solitude for Skyrim Special Edition, but it came with a bunch of problems even after adding patches. Enhanced Solitude is just a bunch of mods combined into one, so I thought I'd take a look at some of the mods that it has individually. The first mod up is called Solitude Reborn, and this is going to bring an overhaul to the city of Solitude. It makes modifications to both the interior and exterior. So I will start with the exterior, and is basically going to have a small town on the outside. There will be walls there, kind of covering the entrance with an extra added gate, and you're going to have markets and stores as well as houses on the left and right while you're making your way up the main road. So there's going to be added decals like flags and shields on the wall, as well as a shrine for praying to Stendar. And there's a blacksmith with two NPCs. I think one of them just talks to you generically while the other one will actually sell you stuff. And the blacksmith has a smelter and a forge. So I like this feature because I do a lot of smelting and I don't want to go inside of the city and have to load up a bunch of NPCs and textures just to have to walk back out. So the interiors are also cluttered and nav mesh, but I didn't spend too much time in here because they were mostly just used for the NPCs to go to sleep at night. Also, the Khajiits and their camps will be fine. They were actually here when I showed up, so I was, hanging out with them for a while, and there didn't appear to be any conflicts. So this mod also adds its own guards, and they will wear the default armor, while your other guards will have modded armor if you have, modded armor on your guards. And I really like this feature because it adds some diversity. So there's actually two versions of this mod. One is for standard Solitude, and the other is for if you use JK's Skyrim and or Dawn of Skyrim. So I chose the Dawn of Skyrim version, which I may end up switching out because Dawn of Skyrim is just so buggy, especially in Solitude. Every time I use this mod, I get NPCs doing counter lean animations when there's no counter around to even lean on. Where this mod shines the most is it adding a new district. So on your way to the Blue Palace, there will be a new walkway on your left to enter this new area. It doesn't have a loading cell, however there is this weird flicker when going from the vanilla area to the modded one. So this new area is mostly just townhouses and residents who occupy them. They will have schedules like sandboxing and going home at night. They didn't appear to have any custom dialogue or quests. However, it's just nice to have some extra NPCs around, especially if you're a thief. So there's also kids added by this mod, and they have RS children patches that appear to be working just fine on my end. So I like this mod and I'm going to hold on to it. The next mod is the Solitude Public Bathhouse, and it's on the right side of the road when you're walking towards the Blue Palace. The inside is nicely decorated with waterfalls and statues, and there's walkways on both your left and right that leads to the pool area. There's NPCs here walking around, but they aren't clothed, so I didn't show them off in this video. There's potions and some alchemy ingredients laying on the shelves, as well as clothing racks with clothes on them. There's a vendor in here, and it is actually a Khajiit. So that could be a bit unimmersive, but I actually like Khajiits in the city, so I didn't mind it at all. So this Khajiit has a great stock of items to sell, and there's at least one of every major alchemy ingredient in here in her inventory. So if you need some troll fat and a Daedra heart, you can actually get it from her. So this mod is really good, and it's actually going to be a keeper for me. Another mod I have is Guard Overhaul New Armors and Weapons. You can get the all-in-one version of this mod, or you can get the individual ones for better compatibility. So I got the standalone guards for Solitude, and these armors are great. I actually had this mod for a while, and I have been loving it ever since. The armors are super clean, and it is a great look for the guards of Skyrim's capital. So, I love the red, gold, and silver color combination. It is one of my favorites. It's something that I wear myself often. So, the drapes on these armors are quite long, and they don't have physics, but it's still acceptable because, just how good they look. And especially this is on LE, so you don't want, physics on all of your NPCs. So there is some slight clipping on this armor in the belt area when doing certain animations, but like I said, this armor is so good, so I don't mind it. I saw a guard with a greatsword, and it looked like, it looked really nice. It's a nice clean greatsword, and I'm not exactly sure if there's other weapons added by this mod, because I only saw like, a few guards shooting arrows at targets, and the rest of them had their weapon sheathed. So there was just one guard, with his greatsword out. Like I said, is just a nice greatsword. So this overall, it's my favorite Solitude guard armor. Even with the Sons of Skyrim backport, coming out, or it's already out actually, this is still my go-to armor for Solitude guards. Next up, we have a mod called the Old Whiterun Arena. It is located to the left of the Whiterun main gate, so you won't miss it. In addition to that, there is a map marker for it that you can travel to immediately. So, there is a large structure here with a bunch of NPCs, tents, and a couple of horses. The design of this area already looks bad. There's a bunch of statues everywhere, and while it may be there to provide a decorative look, there was nothing to decorate. It's just a box with 2 floors, and it has some chairs in it, and it didn't have any nav meshing. The NPCs aren't even made up from a level list of some sort. It's more like the modder made 5 NPCs and then just decided to start duplicating them, because you will see many of the NPCs with the same face, voice, and outfits. Because this place does not have nav meshing, the NPCs will not move. They will just stand there. The walls have a bunch of seams in them, and nobody will use the furniture. So, I decided to just walk to the arena anyway and decided to start pulling on some chains, and nobody spawned. I tried pulling on all of the chains and not a single one of them worked. So, no cap, this might be the worst mod that I have ever tried. Do not download this. I am going to shut down here. Those were some mods for Skyrim Legendary Edition, and you can find all of them on the Nexus. So thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you want to support me, and subscribe to the channel if you're feeling generous. I will see you all later.